What's going on YouTube? JT Warren here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Night Terrors, Poison Ivy, issue number 1. This one's written by G. Willow Wilson. I don't know who did the artwork on this particular story, but basically Ivy's off, kind of like, it's the same deal as what's been going on with this Night Terrors thing. Although this one, the little title thing, the mysterious thing, doesn't pop up till later on. This one's written by Tugalan Leon. I don't know who that writer is. If I butcher your name, I apologize. But basically, in this, in Ivy's version of the Nightmarish world, okay, so let me just do the quick recap thing. Whoops. With the whole Night Terrors event. A mysterious and deadly new villain named Insomnia has struck the entire world and has been forced into eternal slumber, including all the heroes and villains as Insomnia searches their dreams for the Nightmare Stone. Can they survive being trapped within their darkest fears? So this one is Poison Ivy's turn. So she's trapped in her own dream world. I'm not sure how she's going to connect to the later storyline, but so far you're noticing a link between every story, and that's Batman shows up in some capacity. Black Adam, he shows up at the end of that issue. This one, Ivy is trapped in some play on like the overly whimsical like 1950s like suburbia. We've seen this kind of done in different things before, where people are like this overly pleasant 50s vibe to it all. Remember it differently, but there's some dark, mysterious stuff. There's some kind of funny stuff there. So she's there living with Harley. Everything's overly pleasant and living normal lives. She is afraid of Batman, and the way she's kind of acting in this issue is like, he's not our friend. He wants to throw us in Arkham and all that other stuff. He's the bad guy in her eyes, because villains see heroes as the villains in their own way. But like in this version, like there's Batman's her neighbor. There's like a Selena Kyle there and all that stuff. There's another character coming in as well. I think she's from the Poison Ivy book, which I have not read the G. Willow Wilson Poison Ivy, so I'm coming to this thing from a bit of a different perspective. Then you see other villains like Riddler, Batgirl. You see Nightwing in there, and of course there's a gratuitous shot of his ass because, again, Dick Grayson ass. It's kind of his. It's a thing that a lot of people have it's kind of taken off, if you will. So like a lot of people, one of the first things they always comment about Nightwing is his booty. So there you go. You get your Dick Grayson Nightwing butt shot, because it's got to be in there. And then, yeah, so like I said, but one thing that's kind of interesting about this is like Ivy's willingness to kind of put up with this world, because she's with Harley, and she's kind of willing to like endure this obviously like red flag filled world, if it means being with Harley and all that. And then of course, like there's another character here who's also trapped in this dream world. Like I think it's somebody within the Poison Ivy stuff. And then also having to kind of deal with these nightmarish, creepy visions and all that. So the artwork actually, like, just the way it kind of contrasts with the overly pleasant thing with those creepy ass smiles. I think it was kind of funny. It's like a darkly funny. You can even see like the sunset in the background with that devious smile, if you will. Now, we don't see Insomnia himself in this particular issue. There are versions of Batman within somebody's dream world right here, and then like various members of the Rogues and all that. So it is kind of intriguing to see like what Ivy's nightmare is. In her eyes, it's like being neighbors with the Bat family, and also just being stuck in this overly pleasant world and all that other stuff. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So this one, again, it's still kind of the same concept. Everyone's trapped in their own nightmare world. But with Poison Ivy, it was interesting because it was like this play on this like 1950s suburbia, and just seeing how she kind of is willing to kind of almost tolerate this world if it means kind of being happy with Harley, if you will. So it's a bit different in that regards. And you have somebody else who's kind of trapped in Ivy's dream as well. So that kind of gives it a little bit of a different flavor, and just kind of the art style and all that kind of goes along with the story, the overly pleasantness with the sinister nature behind it, if you will. They kind of made it a little bit more interesting than I think the Black Adam one that I just read talked about beforehand. So, but again, not too much progress in the overall Night Terror story. I think with this one, we're just going to see, okay, what can we do with the DC heroes and face their own fears and nightmares, if you will. So that's the gist of what we're going to be getting with this event, and so on and so forth. So we'll see how the second issue turns out. This one feels even more disconnected with the previous stuff, because at least, because like with Batman and First Blood, that's the start of the story. That's like directly linked to Insomnia. That like Ivy still has no idea what's going on. And in Black Adam, Batman showed up at the end saying we need to talk. So that's tied more directly with the story. This one is just like, okay, Ivy's off doing her own thing. So I'm not sure what role she's going to play in this overall Night Terrors event, or if it's just going to be something off to the side. So we'll see what role she plays in this thing and how it all factors in by the end of it. So anyways, I think I've said enough for the time being. Let me know what you thought of this issue in the comment section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to your channel, hit the bell for notifications, all that other fun stuff. Next up, I got to talk about the Ravager issue, and I got to talk about the Joker issue. So lots of stuff to still look forward to. I'm basically like marathoning these videos back to back to back, but this one, it may take a little bit longer of a wait because I still got to read the Ravager and the Joker one, but I want to try and get some videos recorded before I go ahead and read those next ones, because sometimes we try to like read all these ones at once and then try to record them afterwards, like little details kind of get fuzzy and mixed up. So I generally like to try and like do one issue at a time, but because like of today and all that, I'm like, all right, let me just try and power through some of these right away. So but yeah, so like I said, this one wasn't half bad. I like some of the art style and just kind of the overly pleasantness of it all. I think that with the sinister faces, if you will, even like the sun has got an evil face on it too. Like I found it like darkly funny a bit, so I didn't mind it all that much. But yeah, so far Night Terrors is going okay. We got 4 issues down, and then I got 2 more for today, and then we'll see where next week unfolds with this thing. Do I think it needed to be 50 issues? No. But hey, you know what? They gotta milk the they gotta get that money somehow. So kudos to them, I suppose. But anyways, if you have any thoughts on the issue, let me know in the comment section down below. Next time will be the Ravager issue and then the Joker issue afterwards, and then we'll be good with Night Terrors for the week. All right, well, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.